Hi, everyone. My name is Cody Mullins, and welcome to English 130. I'm glad that you're all here. This is week one, and I hope you're excited to get started with a new semester. This is going to be a very brief tutorial on kind of how to get started in the class. And if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask me. So what I'm looking at here on our screen is our main page of our course. And you'll see over here this sort of toolbar of different things to click on, and we'll talk about that in a second. Any announcements that I'll post, including the first one, are located here. And I'll give you a preview of each week's work on Sunday, and then I'll also come back on Wednesday and just give you some reminders, all right? Now, there is no textbook for this class. You don't need anything extra other than the access to this course to access all the materials. And first and foremost, all the information that you need to find for each week or each unit is located in these folders. So this is week one, so we'll click into unit one and get started. Now, essentially, you can read through here and take a look at all of your readings will be located here. For this week, you will have 4 readings, right? 4 readings that are fiction, and then 1 reading that is sort of a precursor or an instructional guide on understanding plot, which will be an important aspect of the lesson this week. So the first thing you want to do is read this article here. That will talk a little bit about the components of plot, and then you can read the 4 selections of short stories. 2 of them are contemporary, sort of modern short stories. They're very short, The Invisible String and Swan of the Gods. So you'll click on those links. When you click on the link, it'll open up the short story, and then you'll read it there, okay? So that's, that's what you're to do there. Those are the first 2. And then we also have 2 fairy tales, The Little Match Girl from Hans Christian Andersen and Little Red Riding Hood from the Grimm brothers. So you'll click those, you'll read all 4 of those this week. The other thing that you'll do in this section for plot is watch this video. Author Deborah Feldman talks about her escaping Brooklyn, the confines, I guess, of Brooklyn in search of her identity and moving back to Berlin. In this course, we will write in what is known as APA style. In the 7th edition, all of your posts, all of your papers will be formatted in that way correctly. You will be graded for your ability to submit these things in a correct format. And so if you watch this video here, it'll give you some updates on the 7th the 7th edition of the APA manual. And this here will give you a template on what to use for your title page and your reference page for each submission. Sorry, I got a sun glare coming through. It's a beautiful morning here in Indiana. Got a line on my face. Sorry about that. So do watch that and keep this page handy specifically. That way you will be able to return to it every time for your essays. Okay. Now on to the work of the week. You have 2 assignments this week. Every week during the course, you will have a discussion board to reply to, and those initial posts, so you responding to the prompt, are always due by Wednesday night, okay? So for in this one, you're going to watch this video, and then you're going to introduce us to, or you're going to introduce yourself to your classmates. All right. So after viewing this video, you're going to tell us who you are in your post. Your response should be about 2 paragraphs at least, and it needs to focus on your history or on a personal experience that reflects who you are as a person. Right. And so the way you do that, you would click on the unit 1, and then you would select Create Thread here. And then basically, you'll just type your subject and then your response here. Do not upload a Word document here because it's kind of hard for your classmates to read. Just type your response directly into this. You have all the tools available to you that you would have in Microsoft Word. If you need a spell checker, it's right here. You can click that, and I highly encourage you do that. You will have a score for grammar and sentence structure as well. Okay, and then you just click submit when you're done with your post. Okay, and then after that, you can come back by Sunday, and then you'll have peers who have posted by then, and you'll click on their post and click reply, and then you will reply to their initial response. And what you'll be looking for there is you're going to just kind of respond to their stories and continue their conversations in some way. Questions are a great way to keep those conversations going. You need to reply to two different peers, and I'm going to reply to all of you. A reply to me doesn't count. So two of your classmates you need to reply to. And then finally, the last assignment is this plot literary response. A little trick for all of these assignments, you have a PDF file that you can click on, and this is where the information about your task at hand will lie. I will preview it, but if you need to come back here, this is much more in depth for what I will do. So what you're going to do is in no more than 2 pages, so this should be 1 to 2 pages of brief writing, you're going to focus on, you're going to create a short story of your own. Okay, so it's gonna be fictive, it's gonna be fiction. You're going to write about the first time you realized you had a superpower, the time you decided to return to school as a mature student, or the time all technology stopped working. So whatever creative way you can describe one of those, and create a short story. So you're creating action. The goal here is to demonstrate what you've learned about plot in the reading, and create an interesting and engaging short story for me to read, and you'll do that. Okay. And so there are some requirements here that you want to take care to read through. And then down here, this is the rubric that I will be grading your work on. So after you're finished, you can come through and kind of double check yourself to make sure that you're getting the highest scores in all of these things, right? So we look at the content, we look at the word choice and voice, your grammar and mechanics. So you need to have it proofread, and then APA formatting, okay? And that's it for this week. I'll be back on next Sunday to give you another preview video. But before then, I will be back on Wednesday with a written text, a nice announcement just to kind of remind you that your initial post of your discussion board, which is the first thing you should do, is due by Wednesday. Everything else for the semester, so including your peer replies and this essay, are due by Sunday night, the following Sunday at 11:59 p.m. All right. One quick other note. I do accept late work without penalty. Things happen, especially in our bizarre corona environment that we live in currently. I accept all late work without penalty before the end of the semester. Now, what that doesn't mean is that you should just blow off the next 8 weeks and think you can do it all in the next, in a weekend or something. There is a ton of work to do in this class, and it is difficult and it takes hard work. I would say conservatively that you should look to spend probably between 8 and 10 hours on this course each week, because you're going to need to do the readings, you're going to need to do the work, you need to proofread it. All right. So budget your time judiciously, but keeping that in mind, if you fall behind a little bit, don't panic. I accept late work without penalty. Just send me an email and let me know what's going on, and then we can work it out from there. All right. I'm so pleased to meet all of you. I'll look for your introductions this week and respond to you in kind. And I'll put one up for myself as well. That way you can get to know me a little bit better. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Have a wonderful week, and we'll talk soon.